Bathabile, thank you for welcoming us in your space, or in your world, I would say. We firstly would like to thank you for being part of 67 CEOs program, for responding to the call, because our passion and drive was to see how we can assist small businesses. And thank you very much for being part of the program and for being there on the launch, on the day that we were celebrating Mandiba, and being part of the team and also being a winner, by the way. That's the reason why we are here today. We came here as we promised that we're gonna make sure that this program works, and we make sure that it's got impact and it's working for everybody. And we would like to once more say thank you and to appreciate your time also, that you were able to make time for us, because we know that small businesses, you're so hectic, you're all over, trying to make money. So yeah, that's all. So Bathabile, maybe if you can take us through what you do, the business that you do, and what are the services that you render and all that, so that we can continue.
Okay. Bathabile is now I'm an entrepreneur based in the township. So my passion now and my drive is to promote township entrepreneurship, so that we can also be competitive with other businesses. What I'm offering as Nothile Consulting, I do mentorship for small businesses using the franchise ecosystem model.
Now, when you say you use ecosystem model, are you franchising some of these businesses that you're doing, or are you trying to run them as franchise, the small business that you're mentoring, or are you mentoring those who are already in the franchise business?
Okay, we are trying to franchise Black-owned businesses that are based in the townships.
Okay.
The main reason is because with the franchise model, you get access to funding, you get access to market. So I don't want somebody in Polokwane who wants to start a hair salon, start from scratch again, doing the research.
Okay.
They don't know how much to price, what product is there popular. So I want us to take a township-based salon, let's say in Olvenot Bosch, for instance, because now we are in the pilot phase. If you want to open similar salon, you just contact us, and then we give you all the pricing so that you can produce proper documentation to the banks.
Okay.
Because that's the gap to say all the businesses that are franchised, they're trading in the urban areas.
Okay.
But it's the same businesses that you also find in the townships. But you find that in the townships, you don't find the same standard because of lack of funding. If you're starting a salon, you're starting with smaller scale, one hair dryer, because you can't access funding from financial institutions. So that's the gap that we are trying to bridge, to say entrepreneurs in the township who would like their services to be franchised, And the other thing is that I want entrepreneurs to understand that they can grow their business through that franchise model, because sometimes you cannot go to Eastern Cape and open your own salon, but you can be a franchisor and find an entrepreneur
that you can work with from
and
the
then
area.
As you are the entrepreneur, you can get another stream of income. Your business is expanding in other areas, but you are not necessarily there. So we are also giving each other opportunities, because remember in the franchise, you guide somebody. It's a mentorship, a continuous mentorship.
Okay. So what you're bringing in, what I'm picking up is that you're bringing in your experience as a franchisee. Are you owning a franchise yourself?
Yes, I'm owning 3 national brand franchise.
Okay.
Yes,
so you're running them. So you want to share that experience with. So the kind of mentorship that you are doing, it's more on existing businesses that say, I want to have a model that can kind of replicate what you're doing and see if I can grow my business from within the franchise model kind of a business, right?
Yes.
Now, how many businesses so far have you had that are in your list of earmarked to be developed to become the franchise kind of?
We've got 8 concept businesses that are already running in the township, because we are not starting businesses. We just want to expand businesses.
On the existing businesses.
Yes, and also give them, because remember in the franchises, formal businesses, they've got systems in place. They don't just trade informal, because a lot of businesses in township, they don't grow because of they don't have any systems in place. You don't have point of sale. in other salons in Township. They don't have credit card machine for customers to pay because other clients, they don't have cash.
Okay.
They can't account, they don't know how many stock they have in their shops, how much they need to use to generate a certain kind of revenue. So it's all those processes that we bring in the business. So far, we've identified a hair salon, we've identified a dry clean and a laundry, we've identified motor spares, because taxi industry is big in the townships. We've identified a business center, similar, so that they can give small business support in terms of their branding and marketing, doing their pamphlets for promotional items, Then we've also identified shoe cleaning and repairs. Because remember in the township we used to have those businesses long time ago, but now that's
I saw one in Rosebank, it's called something sneakers.
Yeah, sneakers, but also with repairs, so that you don't have to buy shoes once the heels are finished,
But now with all these different businesses from different industries, how do you create a model that you can say this is a prototype with the understanding of the regulations, the compliance, the following up with the policies, and bringing together all these kind of services to say, how do you make sure that you stay focused on each and every one of them within their sector in operating?
Yes. I'm doing it with partnership with the business owners because, as I said, we are not starting new businesses. We are taking businesses that are already running, where the entrepreneur is a full-time business owner.
Okay.
Because in that way, they are the leaders of in their industry. Let's say a hair salon lady. She has started that, so which means there's a passion. She just needs a little support to ensure that she stays within the means. So what I've done now, I go around looking for partnership, looking for mentorship, so that we know in this industry, these are the requirements that are needed. And all the businesses that we've identified, they are in the retail. So I'm in the retail space. So I have an idea of...
So are you following up this model using which company, which brand, which are you using Nothile Consulting to do this? Or?
Yes, I'm using the company called Nothile Consulting.
Okay.
It's just that we are trading as Township Economic Transformation because we want to keep one name so that those kind of small businesses, they are known as Township Economic Transformation. Because remember, when we go out to meet people, we don't want to be using different names. Sizwe Sneakers, Bathabile Hair Salon is going to just confuse people to say, now, who are you? Especially when we're going to be referring each other. Like now, we have one Facebook page.
So it's going to be Township
Economic Transformation.
Okay. Now, what I'm picking out is that are we looking at the franchise model to run this, or are we looking at the association kind of a model where you give them support?
We are looking at the franchise, for example, with am I allowed to call out the brands?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let's say with famous brands. I have Nothile Marketing as my registered name.
Yes, yeah.
But when I open my store, it's called Dibonese Pizza Olivenhoek Bosch.
Exactly.
There's Dibonese Pizza Garangoa, Dibonese Pizza Center. They've got the same logos, same standard. Even when you walk in the store, you can tell I'm now
this
in
is the same. Yes.
So we also want the same to say Township Economic Transformation with one logo, one branding, so that when you go to Polokwane, the customer from Polokwane, if they've seen us in Joburg, they can just say, oh, this is the salon that I know.
But now the question here is that if you say Township Economic Transformation, and this is a hair salon, right? How does that kind of leave the owner with their own brand that they started with? Or is it going to be that Township Economic Transformation is the holding company that will be holding all these companies that will be existing under it?
Because we are still on a piloting phase, we'll accept some suggestion and some changes that will work. But how we have identified it is that we even came up to say we're going to call it TET. T with a small E and T. TET Salon. But you will still be trading under, if you are registered as Bathabile Pty, like myself, at Dibonese. I'm registered at Nothile Marketing.
Exactly.
But I trade as Dibonese.
Dibonese.
You understand? So with us, you're gonna be TET.
So I think I like how you put it to say you're still open for suggestion.
Yeah.
The suggestion that I can come up with, it's very straightforward. I would say Township Economic Transformation should formalize itself as a more like a PTY, right?
Okay.
And as a PTY, you did mention well when you gave example of famous food, right? To say famous brand that they are owning different, like your different kind of franchise, but the companies that they own, they are not to them franchise. They are not franchisor to the franchisee. No.
Yes.
They are the owners of the franchised stores. Right. So what's going to happen is the Township Economic Transformation will be the owner of the franchised stores, not selling the franchise to other people. So those stores on the ground, they can still become franchisors. That they will sell their model to other franchisees that would still operate there, but there would be member companies of Township Economic Transformation. Thank you.
So this is Township Economic Transformation.
Exactly.
This is AB Salon, tea, shoes.
Exactly.
Then they sell
but all these companies, they are still franchisors in their own right. So what's going to happen is the Township Economic Transformation, you'll create the models through which each and every franchise within its own sector. So what's going to happen is your Township Economic Transformation is going to have sectors where you say we are in the food industry, we are in the textile industry, we are in this, we are in this, we are in this. I believe that is going to help. So meaning that even your company, Nothile Consulting, will be a member of Township Economic
because it's the one that is driving formalization, policies, manuals, trainings.
Exactly. But now the question that would come there is that what kind of a manpower do you have in terms of driving this? Because it's a bigger vision, and I don't think that if you are to drive it alone, there will be a sense of focus. Do you have any team that you're working with in terms of maybe board that are with you, or any other entrepreneurs or these member companies? Do you have one of their members to become board, the way you vote them or something like that? But I understand that it's not formalized yet in terms of having it to say which structure, but do you have any intention to have that in place? Because that is what would be more like a prerequisite for you to continue with this process.
No, definitely. As I said, my background is a franchise, and I've seen the support that when you work with a proper system, you cannot do it on your own. Hence I'm trying to, by all means, apply that model. At the moment, I'm working closely with Goat Creatives. It's they do a lot of branding and marketing online, so they do my social media because I'm trying to get more entrepreneurs to join us with their businesses. And then I've also approached 2 companies that designs the franchise models, so that they can help us with their manuals, training manuals, agreements, and a whole lot of that, because remember, they've done it before, so I don't want to also start from
scratch. You have a company that's doing that?
Yes.
Okay. To what extent are they doing it? Are they just doing your manuals, your policies and everything?
They are just a service provider, let's say.
Okay.
They do that. They are the
What's the name of the company?
The company I've spoken to 2 now. It's Franchising Plus.
Okay.
They did the Nando's model and the franchise warehouse.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've, so now
I know Goat.
Goat Creative.
Goat Creative, I think it's owned by Jenken and Soja and all that. Yeah,
and then also
some mentoring with them sometimes.
Olivenhood Business Forum. That's where I'm also getting some of the businesses that we've identified. The hair salon that I was speaking about. The lady also trains other women doing the hair.
Okay.
So that's the business that we've trying to get to say if we can franchise that one, because they don't only do hairs, but they also train other people.
Okay. Now, in terms of these businesses that you want them to do the trainings, or the ones that you are assisting to create a model for them, What is the benchmark that you have set for them to say this is how it should appear for us to say you are a franchise and be able to duplicate you? Do you have any benchmark? Do you have funding that is in place for you to be able to capacitate their image so that when now they have to duplicate, they must show that this is the chair that we have, and this chair should be positioned this way, and this is the mat that you have at the welcome. Do you have that model in place, or are you still working on that?
We have that model in place because, as I've said, with the franchise, all their businesses, they look similar.
Okay.
Whether it's in the township or in the urban area. So even the salon that we've approached, or the the space, space.
Yeah.
You know, we are taking the businesses that are running already, and they must be at least running for 2 years. Because we are not in the business of trialing and error other businesses. We want the businesses that are already running and the owners are present. Then we've also done the costing, because when we launch those businesses, we want them to have proper systems in place, proper branding, uniform, enough staffing, because we need to, like with a franchise, you've got a team, even if it's 4, but it cannot be just one owner, because that's how do you lose business. When you are going to order stock, you close your business. So now we've approached a bank, we've approached other corporates to say we need them to help us to put this together. We've even identified the working space, because we don't want entrepreneurs working from home. We want to have a complex, where a business center where all the entrepreneurs can now trade. We're gonna be doing a container. We approached Vosi Tembekwayo, we saw his containers in Venda, but it's an incubation hub. Ours is not going to be just incubation hub for training. It's going to be incubation hub, but where the businesses are actually trading. Because we feel that after you do your hair, tomorrow you will now come and clean your shoes.
Do you have the model, kind of your artistic impression of how this shop should look like, the layout?
Yes, we've got it.
You've got the layout for these businesses.
The cost and everything.
Now, how many franchises do you want to roll out? Let's say on the salons only.
We are trying
in the next 5 years.
Yeah, in the 5 years, we're trying if we can get 1 in each province.
1 in each province.
In the next 5 years. So there are 8 businesses. So
now I just want us to zoom into one so that we can have a good sampling and all that. Now let's say the salon, and that you have it in 8 provinces. How much would each cost? Do you have categories of each? How much each one cost and all that?
Yes, the costing for the salon is 213.
Thousand.
It's inclusive of the furniture.
Would that be a salon that I start in the mall, in the shopping center, or just in any place that I found? Or do you have that kind of a setup?
For us, it's going to be set up strictly in townships.
In townships?
We're going to be doing them out of containers.
They'll be
containers.
So
with the whole container, has about 45 square meters. So that you can get proper facilities, tables, hair dryers, at least about, I think it's 3 hair dryers, 3 basins, some chairs, cupboards, enough stock, the 213 inclusive of the opening stock, I think it's about 40,000. So that they can generate, I think in a month, it's going to be 25,000 to 30.
Now, besides your involvement in Nothile, Township Economic Transformation, what other things that you drive in the space of economy or in the space of community?
I think I'm a community builder, a social entrepreneur, because
I did see that you were part of the National Development Ambassador Plan. So that would mean that you're too involved in all that. So beside these two, the other activities would be that you're involved in the community, right, and all that. And now, what are the challenges that you would say you as a business you did come across, and which you feel that there is not enough that is done from the side of the government to kind of assist small businesses?
That question, everybody maybe thinks I'm a bit weird, because that's why I tell people to say, to be honest with me, the challenges that entrepreneurs sees, I know about them, I've heard about them, I've never experienced them. I don't want to lie.
Okay.
Because even with my first business, day one, when I opened the doors, I remember I counted 26,000 in cash.
Okay.
That's the revenue that I did that day. I opened a business where it was full stock, shelves, everything. Standard was on point because I went through the franchise model.
Okay.
I went through National Empowerment Fund where I got full funding from government. So to be honest, I know what the challenges are. I stay in township, I've seen them. But personally, I haven't experienced. Hence,
but
I
what
started.
would you do? Because remember now, you are you are Township Economic Transformation.
That's what I'm saying.
And most of your small businesses that you're sitting with, they are still struggling to get funded.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Hence, I decided to do this mentorship because I want to show entrepreneurs another model. I'm not saying they must go and buy Nando's when I say franchise model. I'm saying use a franchise model to get access to funding, access to market. And I'm not even saying buy a Sasol garage. No. Let's come up with our model that we can franchise because to be honest, it's a fact. Franchise models are 99% fundable because of the research, because they know that there are rules, they know that there's somebody who's in charge of looking to ensure that you keep to the standard. You know, that's why now the banks are more comfortable to funding. Even now government, they're moving
towards funding. Now, what advice would you give to somebody that says, I want to go franchising model, and I want to be ready. I don't want to face frustrations and challenges, like you did not face challenges, right? What kind of readiness would you say somebody should be ready and prepared not to face those challenges?
For me, I will say, you know what, to be honest, with one thing that I've seen with a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't want to go and seek help from other people. Like they want to be unique. This is my product. I want to do it my way. Somebody will steal my idea. Yes, they happen, those things, but I think 9 out of 10, you will get help. Approach somebody who's in the same industry like myself. I had to go to knock in the doors of a franchisee to say, Dibonez, how do you run it? Sometimes you won't get the help, I don't want to lie. But there's other means. Even if you speak to the employees or, you know, but don't be scared to look for in the same industry because the market saturation, to be honest, it doesn't exist in that way. As much as you are doing branding and marketing, go to the branding and marketing company and do your research. Share your idea because sometimes, like now, I've shared my idea. You've given me a better way to say, but you know what? Do it in this way rather because you've done so many businesses before. I'm still learning. You know, so a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to be unique and now they end up not doing proper research. And the other thing, they get discouraged quickly. If somebody says, no, I can't help you, don't just end there. Take the same proposal, go to somebody else. Because other people, when somebody says, no, we can't fund this, already they get knocked down.
So in your case, was your intention to own a particular brand or was it to find anything that would work for you?
For me, I wanted to run a formal business, but I didn't have the experience to run a formal business. I've just loved business, you know, and having worked in a corporate and government, for me, just starting from scratch, I was scared. Now, as I was doing my research, I came across the model franchise, and I realized to say there's funding for the franchise. Now,
what would be? I just want to throw this question. I think it's going to be very interesting to you. Why would you want to establish franchise in the hair salons, in the car industry, and not drive them towards what you have experienced, that you are owning within that space, and have some kind of a franchise that will be more like within the food industry? Because you have enough experience, you know how to buy, you know how to do all these things.
For me, it's not really, even when I was starting a business, as much as I was in the food industry already, I've done events and hospitality. But for me in business, it's not just about the food. The ecosystem of the franchise, even their purchasing power. Because remember when I said they get somebody to manufacture their chairs. I want to see entrepreneurs who's doing manufacturing getting an opportunity in our salons that we're trying to build, in those doing their shops. But now
I'm driving you towards your
the food.
The key. You know why? Because you understand the economy of food. You understand the cost. You understand the measurements. You understand all these things. Would it not be good to have one of your sampling
Okay.
in the franchise. That would be within the food. It may not necessarily be pizza or whatever, but
Yes,
within the food industry, because you understand the cost per kilometer in terms of collecting the stock. You understand how many staff you would need. You understand the health and safety of the food.
To be honest, this mentorship is not about Bathabile to grow her business.
Okay.
I want to help entrepreneurs.
So are you saying, what you're saying maybe it could be that if you come across somebody that's in the food industry, you'll be able to be willing to help them.
Yeah.
But then again, I think your mentorship could be more stronger when you share part of your journey and your experience. Because remember, you won't have different mentors now. Like auto industry, you may not find somebody in the auto industry to mentor these people that come on board. You see?
True.
So it would be advantageous to kind of create something that would be within where you have more experience. You are successful. Somebody can look at you and say, Bathabile is successful today. So if she comes and talk to me, it might speed up the delivery in terms of what you want to achieve as a dream. But now you want to just give support, but not necessarily drive the intention and the interest based on the passion that you may have.
To be honest, that's what I'm saying. With me, with my background, I was not in food. I was not even doing.
But now you are
catering business.
And now you have experience.
But my experience is not just in food per se.
Yes,
it's also because remember with the whole franchise name, for example.
But now you know what's happening now.
No, let me give you this example. Maybe you understand better. Our uniform, we buy from a company in Durban.
Yes.
It's just shirts and black pants. Now I always ask myself to say, can't we the same entrepreneurs in the township who are in textile? We've got GP that are supplying. I've tried to speak about such, but unfortunately, the industry is closed. And it's okay. I'm not fighting that. It's okay. Because remember when they come to the entrepreneurs in township, we might not have the capacity. We don't have the standards, ISO standards to be supplying the detergents. There are entrepreneurs doing detergents. But unfortunately, they cannot supply the restaurants for famous brands because of the ISO that they don't meet. So what I'm trying now, I'm trying to share my experience in those different aspects of furniture. Because the furniture that we have in our shops, they don't buy for macro. Somebody's manufacturing. So for me, it's all about the ecosystem of the franchise, not really on the food.
Let's do it this way. Let's do it. Get a team that will focus on the multi-discipline
businesses.
But position yourself to be a specialist. Great. In the sense that when you say somebody is a professor or is an expert in what you do, it's when you do it over a period of 10 years or you've got accumulated hours into what you do, right? Because we don't want a situation where Bathabile, she's retired from Dibonia, she sold the shares, she's now in the beach somewhere. Nobody's going to remember Bathabile except to Google and say, no, she once ran a franchise and she once worked with NDP and all that, right? We want to create a situation, because if you look at the business model of America or whatever, you'd find that somebody who's now in the 80 is still a judge in a program that has got to do with food. But when you trace that person back, you'd find that 40 years back, that down there, this person now has become an expert within a particular industry, right? So it would be good for you to identify expertise that would be part of your board in terms of managing the program and managing the whole organization and kind of going forward. Because somehow it will frustrate you to want to run something only to find that the only regulation that you have to deal with, it's outside your scope in terms of understanding how this industry operates. If today somebody can phone you and say, Bathabile, they've closed my shop, they said my health standards are poor. Do you know that in 2 days you can turn around that business, that the inspector can come the following day to come and do inspection and pass that place? But when somebody, a spare owner phones you, you cannot do that turnaround because of the experience and the expertise. Let's look at experience and expertise. Expertise, it's the acquired knowledge, but experience, it's based on the repetition of what you do every day. So those are the things that we have to look at.
And now, then can I just ask you a question just for clarity? Yes. So let's say the pilot phase, we've got the lady of a hair salon, a guy who's owning their motor spares, the company, let's say Goat, who's doing branding and marketing.
Yes.
So they can be part of the board because
those are your board members.
Yes, because
they
the
have experience.
Knows the industry.
Exactly.
So I'm just overseeing.
You oversee. You are a chair of the board.
Oh yeah, that's what.
Okay. Now tell me. I think we are now going towards closing.
Okay.
I want to check with you. What are the needs that you would say for this whole thing for you to run it effectively and make it have a greater impact? These are the needs, and what are the companies or the businesses that you would say, if we're to be linked to these businesses, we can deliver, we can do better, and these are the expectations that we may have as an organization or as a company? Okay,
the costing that we've done, it comes to 4.7 million. It's the container hub that will host 8 businesses. The container is in a double story. I'll show you the photos. At the top, it's a learning center.
Okay.
Because all these employees, whether you are running your salon, we want to have continuous training. That's the model that the franchisor uses. Because remember, things changes in the industry, so we want to update them. Have your management accounts in order, so that they can understand, and also inspire other youth in the townships to come and be part and use those facilities. We need to have free Wi-Fi, so those facilities that we see in the events, we want to have in the townships.
Okay.
Then even the costing includes the stock, opening stock for those other businesses, their equipment that they need, the dry cleaning machines and all those things. Now, the one business that we've identified that we will help and share the model is Bidvest.
Okay.
Because remember, Bidvest, they're into manufacturing their own toilet papers. From there, they supply their own health and hygiene company.
Okay.
Where they go things like stain hygiene, where they put toilets in the bathrooms. So that's what we're trying to do, to say manufacturers in the township who are doing the tables.
So if you say Bidvest, what kind of a help would you need from Bidvest?
We want to understand their models.
So you want to sit with the CEO or with anybody?
Yeah, even in management, who's handling the whole value chain.
Okay.
Because remember, with Famous Brand, it's only on the mainly food.
Okay.
So for us, I've seen Bidvest, they've got a fleet,
everything.
they've got different sectors.
So which is what Township Economic Transformation is gearing towards.
It's trying to accommodate different types
So now we're talking about 4.7 million.
Yes.
And also Bidvest could be one of the companies that we would want to have a moment with to see how they can assist you with. I think
what they call it, vertical integration.
Kind of. I think we got a message and all that. So, but in closing, what kind of message would you give to other entrepreneurs out there that would be saying, look, I want to go into business and I'm trying my best, and please show your knowledge, your experience with them, and say, you know what, this is what you can face and deal with.
Yeah, with entrepreneur, I would like to say, you know what, collaboration is the new innovation. Don't go into business solo. Don't try to do everything on your own. Collaborate with existing entrepreneurs, because they can take responsibilities that you wouldn't really have to do on your own, because it takes away. As a business owner, you are your own financial manager, you are your own HR, you are everything in the business. You are the research and development, So now, if you partner with other entrepreneurs, whether they are in the social and marketing and branding, they can help your business. Now you don't have to be thinking of what kind of a logo that I need. You can just bounce the idea off to that other entrepreneur. That's how you exchange skills and knowledge. So don't be afraid to be in partnership. A lot of entrepreneurs.
And what would you like to say to 67C or the impact and involvement with you in terms of the program itself?
I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity, because a lot of entrepreneurs, we think that government is the only source of growth. And to be honest, the economy is run by corporates. So I was so happy to find this initiative on social media, because that's what I had in mind all along, to say I don't want to deal with government, because government has so much responsibility, and they don't drive they don't drive profits in business. I want to be in business where I can gain profits. I don't want grants, because a grant, you can't generate money out of a grant, But if you are in business, so now I always wanted something where we can have corporate involvement. And you wouldn't find, because even corporates, when they come to townships, they come with this thing of once off day of giving food parcels. For me, I don't want to lie, I don't see that as a value. But this, what 67CO is doing, I really, really honor you guys. This is a great initiative. You know,
thank you very much, and say thanks to Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.